Hello everyone, welcome to the Watch Poplars. Today I'm going to be repotting all of my legumes into one container here to make more room to have all the rest of my trees that need to be repotted so that I can use these. This is going to be very useful and I can share more than one tree in these large containers. And then, so all the legumes in here will be here. I'll also have to repot these and repot the erythrina, which I think erythrina is a legume, so that counts. And then these legumes. All of these, there's an acacia. These little ones are acacias, and the bigger ones are something. I don't know what they are exactly. And I have a tag. I got a thing. I mean, maybe I don't need this, but this, I have the whole family of Fabaceae in my collection. Well, not the whole one, but I have a lot of members, like wisterias, acacias, and mimosas, beans. Well, I don't have any beans. Sesbania is one of them. This one's never going to sprout where I want it to. Yeah. There's 4 plum cuttings. I'll let them all grow, but in the end, I'll probably only use one, and maybe get rid of one of the other plum trees I have, because I have a lot. I could probably keep only one baobab style one. Maybe I can, I don't know. I have a lot of plum trees. Maybe I can give away one of the peaches. Here, there's a Sesbania right here. I'll try to get it out without disturbing this very weak Atlas cedar and the rest of the plum cuttings. Alright, that was successful. That was quite nice. I didn't really disturb any but like one cutting, which is probably not going to be too disturbed. And I can just add more soil, because the soil's been sinking gradually. So yeah. So now I have this. It's completely free of dirt, so well, I can put this back on my bench. And continue. Maybe I'll just get the water. It's a bit of a hassle. Okay, oh dear. Okay. I did it without breaking the container, so now this is dirty water, but I think it's the only rainwater I have. I'd rather use rainwater than tap water at this time of year, because now is not the time to use tap water. It is, oh, just broke that. Oh. I'll just prune it here. Now, alright, this is healthy. It's a healthy seedling. I have, this is where the two cots were. The cotyledons, the cots. This is where the two cots were. And this is where the very first leaf was. That's where the second, third, and then fourth is still on. They're just about to fall off. So maybe I think that the bud is starting to swell. I'm not sure. But yeah, I don't want to. I have two large Sesbania, but I'll just prune the tip off of this one and see what happens. So now I'll just put it in the tray right now, and hopefully it doesn't get lost in there. And also add the soil from this tray to that big one that will contain all the legumes. Legumes grow very fast. Now, okay, so I'm doing the harder ones first. Here's another hard one. So that was easy, actually, but the compound ones are a bit more difficult. So by doing this here, do I have an ant problem here? I think I have an ant problem here. Oh no. Don't tell me I have an ant problem. There's a lot of ants in there. What is going on? There are a lot of ants. I'm gonna soak this and see what is happening. I mean, it doesn't appear that there's a nest. There's just a lot of ants. Alright, I've got this silver wattle out. I can probably toss this. I do not need any more silver wattle because it's invasive. And yeah. So that is not going to be anymore in my collection. And I will move on. Here I have another silver wattle. And pardon the dog. I'm guessing the dog barks whenever there's like no one at the house. They just leave the dog. And the dog gets lonely and barks. And yeah, I don't know. So now I'm going to just, this one grew a lot. This one grew like up, I think like a foot. And so you can see that like it's very strongly attached. So I'm gonna probably have to get this whole root base out. I'm very excited to do this because it's going to open up so much more room for my other trees. There's some plants here that I don't need. There's a willow herb in here that I already have too much of. There's this plant here that has honey-smelled flowers. I already have one of those growing in my Chinese pistache. And there's a firethorn that I could put with my other firethorn, but I mean, I don't know. I might have to get the firethorn out, but hopefully I can do it without doing that. But this is growing actually, so I don't know. That'll be something else, something in the future to worry about. Right now I'm focused on legumes. This is gonna take over an hour. This silver wattle is actually 2 seedlings that I pulled them out. I think I had to carry them in my mouth all the way home because these were growing like at like the subway station, and I had to walk all the way to my house to let them live, and so I think I had to carry them in my mouth. I did not swallow for like 15 minutes. So yeah, but also you can see that there are nitrogen fixing nodules in the roots. Those are completely natural. In a lack of nitrogen, a lot of legumes will produce these lumps. They are not pests. Alright, I want to get that straight with you. But yeah, do I need this smaller one? I don't. So that will also go over there. I do not need 3 silver wattles, I just need 1. And if this one dies, then I mean, there's so many other acacias that I can work with. So now I'll just set that right here and assemble this back into place. So I'm gonna put this in the container. So that's done. Oh, it's a bit shifted, but I can fix that. Yeah. And onward. Oh, this one. Root pruning. I'll rinse it off in the water once again. It has a kind of crazy root system. I'm going to prune this off because it curves to the side at an odd angle. I'm going to just prune the rest of them short. I do want this to survive. Alright, I know it's an invasive plant, but I mean, silver wattle is it's a really beautiful tree. And I want to know how it grows in its native habitat, South Africa. It is South African acacia, so it is able to tolerate some frost. You know, like there's a town, it's called something Berg. Johannesburg? I have no idea. But, yeah, I finished that root pruning for this little silver wattle acacia. It's Acacia dealbata. It has very, very lovely leaves, very fine. So I'll bury that in the dirt now, and I'll figure out how to arrange them later. Now there is the wisteria. There's these. I could just have 1 wisteria, or 2, but we will see. So now is the time of the year when the moss starts to turn. It starts to just get drier in general, and the moss starts to turn this reddish color. And it kind of looks like, I mean, the moss gets fall colors in spring, and really nice ones. where it just gets too dry for it to stay green and kind of start growing whenever it gets moist. But yeah, I think I'm gonna have to get this out. This willow is starting to, oh wow, is that, yeah, it's starting to break dormancy. You can see the bud. But I'll repot that a different time. There's this invasive prickly lettuce. The podocarpus. Oh, was that even, oh god, was that even prickly lettuce? Oh, wow, that is a very strong acidic smell. It's very acidic. There's no latex bleeding from it. Oh, there is. Yeah, it's lactusa, which is why it was named that. Now there is some medicinal property with that, but mostly that latex sap is very toxic. Yeah, oh wow. There are some large roots. I'm pulling out the old rotten poplar roots that I tried to propagate, and they were not successful. Yeah, none of them survived. They were too skinny. I guess in order to root poplar roots, you have to collect a root that is thick enough, and those are not thick enough. I'm gonna discard this one because it doesn't have a good root system and it doesn't have the stem that I wanted. I already have a tree that has a weird, funny kink like that, and those were the peaches. So I'll keep this one, and I'll also keep the little one here, which I'll probably be working on next. But here, you can see that they do actually have a bulbous thing going on with the root. It's like a bulb, which is very interesting, and it's tough. I do know that wisteria can grow from cuttings, which means that I could probably severely root prune it, but I don't want to severely work on this. Yeah. So now, just kind of re-establishing it different, because I didn't want it at that angle. Very severe reduction. Alright, that's quite severe. So I'll put that in the tray. And now, well, there's this willow. Okay, so I'll put it here in the tray, well, this pot, with all the roots. And I'll work on it later, another day. So now, this one, quite easy. So, yeah, maybe... Whoa. That is insane. Are these, like, drought tolerant? Maybe they have such a big root system because they... I don't know. Support? I don't know. But I do want to kind of show off that massive root flare. That, wow. That. That is crazy. I did not know that wisteria does that. And look at all the nodules, the nitrogen fixing lumps. Yeah, it is a legume with a very large taproot. I'm gonna take a picture of that right now. That is really interesting. But I gotta prune a part of it off. That's a 1-year-old seedling. Soon to start. It's 2nd year. So that is insane. Yeah, I did not expect to see that on like all the wisteria. I thought it was just a fluke. Well, repotting the the other one. I don't know when that was. Just trying to reorganize these roots. Can prune that. Not these upward root. This is insane. So that's how much I'll take off that one. It looks so strange. And now, well, I don't know, I'll add this, I don't know, I'll just dump it here. I'll figure out what to do with it later. And next is what I thought was a tamarind, and I don't know what it is still to this day. But they sprouted in August. I don't know how I got them, but they're a tropical legume, I believe. It would be fun to know what they are. There was something growing over there. I don't know what that was. The soil's quite dry. I guess I put a lot of the granular soil. And the sedge is getting out of control. Oh wow, something has red roots. Oh, is this okay? Is it alive? I don't know. It looks alive. The main root. But are these roots, I don't know if these roots are alive. They look dead. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna just hope for the best. Yeah. I'm gonna reprune it here and just hope that it survives. So I'm just gonna shorten some of the roots. Prune a little bit shorter as well. There. Yeah, I'll put that in the tray. So what has the red roots? Oh, it's the sedge. The sedge has red roots. I don't need the sedge. There's plenty of sedge. It's just it is a very abundant grass here. Now this. I'm gonna root prune it here. And there. Yeah, there's not much I can do, but I'll prune this leaf stem off. And yeah, that's good. I don't want to prune the tips off yet. So I'll plant that there. I'll show you where I'm planting them exactly later. So, there's bay nuts, bay laurel fruit. And I'll just pour this back in here. And now, time for these two mimosas. One of these, the larger one, is the one that I cannot cut. Even this one can't cut. This I can't cut. It's very, very tough wood. It's very, very tough. I wouldn't cut any further down than that. So I'll just have to let it rot, this dead wood, or just kind of break it off somehow. And there's a bunch of snapdragon plants here that I don't need, because there's already a big one in one of the other pots I worked on that I might keep. There's a bunch of weeds and clay particles. So I'll see if this, okay. So the one root that didn't die, this root, is feeding this shoot, which is pretty typical. So there's one single root which has survived. All the roots on this side have died. And I need to find the difference between the live vein and the dead wood, because that will tell me what I can remove. I think once I rinse this off, I can figure that out. So it has survived that big. I mean, it probably got to 130 degrees in that plastic dome, even though it was a 80-degree day outside. So this root, that's dead. This is all dead. This is dead. That's dead. Yeah, like the whole side of the tree is dead. Can I prune? I don't know. There's already scars from when I tried pruning with this tool, and it didn't work because it was so hard. Yeah, almost all of it died. It must have gotten really hot in the soil as well. This is going to be a large cut. Oh, wow. It's tough. Is that live vein? I don't know. I'm just nibbling this back. I've nibbled as far as it will let me, I think. Oh, there is some living tissue. Actually, no, that's not. It's just, it still has a sickly green color. So, am I able to break off this dead wood? Can I prune it off here? I think I can. It's kind of letting me do that. Oh, that was very tough. I gotta just nibble that. Oh, I'm worried I'm gonna break these. really, really tough wood. I think I gotta cut it along the grain more, because whenever I go against the grain, it's just really, really tough. Yeah, that works. And now I have a sharp point, I can reduce that bit back. Wow. It's harder than oak. Wow. I don't know if it's just the tool is sounding very rough with this. I'm gonna just try to break it along the grain, if I can, possibly. Oh. Oh, wow. No, oh, wow. Not even loppers can get through this. I mean, that tool's probably too big for this. Oh. I'll let you know when I'm done. Okay, I'll just rinse this off a little bit more. I don't know if this is, I don't know if this is a sensitive mimosa. It doesn't react immediately. Maybe it reacts a little bit, I don't know. But here's probably the last cut I'll do of the deadwood. Yeah, that was very soft, mushy. Now, some of this deadwood. And I can only do so much because there's no roots right here. I gotta depend on backbudding or backrooting. So I'll just prune it like this. So that's what I'll do. I'll also prune the top to a nice, I'll just prune the tip off. So I have 3 leaves. There's one going out this direction, one going out that direction, one going out that direction. So yeah, that's looking nice. I'll plant that in the tray. And now there is this little seedling that was completely unfazed by the heat wave in the dome, plastic dome. There's probably a lot of dead roots in here from that mimosa. But this smaller one, completely was unchanged by it, which is amazing. It's just a very tiny seedling. Yeah, there was like no dieback. It didn't die back at all. So that is quite a relief. And now, prune at that, and here. It's crazy. So now that's good. I don't need to prune it any further on top. So I'll plant that. And now I have my 2 silver wattle. And these are very special because I got them from Key West, Florida. And they're a very hardy acacia, sweet acacia, Vachellia farnesiana. And yeah, they came a long way and they did very well. And now they're stuck because they're so happy. Maybe they have very large nodules. Yeah, they're very tough. Can I pull it out by both? They're very sharp spines as well. Oh, I don't want to pull too hard. Just poke it into there. Push it out. That's working. Yeah, it's starting to move. Oh, it's not. Oh, what, is it a skull or not? Is it? Oh. Huh. Yeah, I guess I wasn't using very good soil. I do remember that. So, let the soil out. And now, so the soil is a bit crumbly and dry, a bit. And these were also growing right next to the edge of the pot, which doesn't help. These have a large taproot. My leg is starting to seize. And yeah, that's not helping, but oh, these upward roots are not good at all. And now there's grit in my scissors. That's the best I can do. For now, I'm also like on a tight schedule. I still gotta do homework. But yeah, that's as much as I can do for that. And yeah. And now the next one. Probably will have a better root system because it wasn't growing next to the edge of the pot. Yeah, it has a much better root system. Not great, but still much better. So, no, I think all the roots are going pretty well. Some upward ones. That's looking quite nice. I'll leave it at that. Plant it. There might be another part. There probably will be a part 2 of this 2-part series because I also got to repot the legumes that are already in the tray, and as well as that redwood. But here, I'm now gonna do the Fabaceae, the large ones. So here they are. You can just pull them out. Both out. And they're so firmly in there that I can just grab them by the whole thing. There's a willow herb in here. I don't need too much of that. It's native, and I like it, but it's so abundant. It grows so easily. So this has never been repotted before. These are both 1-year-old seedlings. So they probably will have crazy root system. Or maybe they'll have a good root system. They'll be just lucky seedlings. And the soil is very nice. I will probably reuse it. Very large nodules. Yeah, they're very fast-growing legumes. I don't want to rinse them out yet because there's so much soil that's coming off very easily. Now, I don't have a lot of water left, and it's very dirty, so I'm going to have to use these that don't get as dirty when I cut things. So, yeah, this stick, it's, well, I'll cut the roots first, and then that will determine how tall I should have it, because I do want a low spreading canopy on these. I feel like I'm in the tropics, just repotting all these tropical trees. This is very soft wood. Unlike its mimosoid relatives, I don't think this is a mimosoid. Meaning acacias and mimosas and yeah. So maybe I can. That's looking a bit better. Maybe I can use my scissors for the rest. No. So this big lump here. Oh wow. This is very tough. There's a pair of normal gardening shears nearby. I think Mom is here. And now we've activated the flashlight. These overlapping roots, I don't know which one is better. Maybe I can just remove this one down low. And yeah, keep this very flowing. That one cranks to the side. Do not want that. And this one cranks to the side as well. But it's also a bit odd. Prune it off like that. Now, this little root is overlapping the big roots. I do not want that. This dog has been barking for like an hour. I'm almost done. There's just one more to do, and then I'll be done. Alright, that's good. So now I want to prune the top off. Somewhere. Somehow. Does Hispania grow from cuttings? How many of these buds are actually viable? I see one right here, so I'll cut it there. That's pretty much the only viable bud I see. So yeah, I'll plant this one. Alright. And now for this one. This one's very large. It might take a bit of time to do. Dinner might be soon, so I'm trying to hurry. Yeah, this one is a crazy root system. I'm being a bit aggressive with this. Racing against time. I don't want to do this during dinner, because that is kind of weird. I mean, why wouldn't you spend dinner with your family when you're available for doing that? I think it's growing, actually. It might be actually growing. Look at that. I don't know why. It looks like it's kind of growing right there. That's the only root that's growing. Fresh white tips. Now I can dunk this. There's not even enough water in there to completely submerge the root system, so I have to reduce it. Alright. Now, see, that's much better, but it's still very dirty water. It's the best water I can use. And now I can reduce it a little bit more. It's very dirty. So now I'll keep rinsing it. Super dirty water. Wait, which way were we? Okay, there. Can I go here with my scissors? I don't know. It'd be nice if I can. And easy. But there's a lot of stuff in the way. A lot of very flawful roots. Probably do it the rest with my branch cutters, which are now dirty. Let's see, cranks to the side. Alright, we're at like around 15 minutes, that's pretty nice. I think when I was doing all the plum trees and the prunus, it took a bit longer, but now I realize I can do this quick, fast. This is a very severe reduction. I probably have to leave it soon because this is getting pretty close to the point of no return. So I'll just prune out with my scissors any of the roots going out. Alright, so that's pretty far reduced, so I'll probably get an explosion of roots, and hopefully I can refine it next year. But now I want to find out where, okay, so there's a good bud here. Yeah, that's a viable bud. I'll prune it halfway above that node from the next node. So there is a Sesbania, and a large one, yeah. I'm gonna reduce it a little bit more. I'm gonna wipe my scissors really well so that they're not gritty. Oh, there. So that root will grow. There's a very crooked one here. So a whole bunch of crooked ones. Crooked one there. Wow. Severe surgery. So this may or may not survive. What? So here are the legumes. Now I will do a second part of this series, maybe on Thursday, of me planting these and like root pruning them, and I'll probably toss a lot of these. I do want to keep both erythrina, because I'm very curious about them. But yeah, and I'll also give this redwood a helm, so that it's not with a bunch of tropical legumes. And I gotta clean up this mess as well. Alright. That is all for today. This is the Watch Poplars, and I will see you next time.